Hey, DJ Mikey Mike, and we're doing it from scratch today. Hey, we got ShowXpress going again here today, and I just opened up the timeline. I haven't used it before, so we're going to see if we can get that going. I just played around with it for about 5 minutes just a few minutes ago. It's a pretty cool feature. Do a quick little demonstration on it. For what I know, there's a lot of things I'm sure I don't know. I was kind of playing with it just a little bit. It's not too difficult. You can lay down a video track or an audio track, or probably both, and lay your scenes on top of those tracks and let them fire wherever you want them to fire at. So we're going to do that real quick here. Do a quick tutorial on the timeline. Alright, DJ Mikey Mike, direct sound, and here we go.
Hey, DJ Mikey Mike and Direct Sound. Here we are with Chauvet ShowXpress. We're going to be working on the timeline this evening, and we'll see if we can get a timeline laid down with our light scenes. What we have here is the timeline as we selected it. We have a video timeline, an audio timeline, and light timelines. The video line is where you lay down a video track to where you can lay your light scenes on top of. Right here we have a timeline, and if you use your mouse scroll button you can zoom in and zoom out of the timeline. So what we're going to do first, and here's your operating buttons: play, pause, or play and stop, and play from the red triangle or red marker, and there's also a green marker we're going to be dealing with. These tools, I'm not quite sure what this X is for, but the black is for stop. Okay, just like a black stop button here, it's the same thing. So wherever you place that, your music or your video is going to stop. Okay, you can lay all your light scenes on one track and they will play one after the other, or you can stack them and they will play simultaneously. So if you had red on one and blue on red on one and moving heads on the other, they'd both play. But if you put red on one and then moving heads right after it, it'll play red and then it'd go to moving heads and the red would stop. Okay, so let's get a multimedia track. We're going to go with Bee Gees' Saturday Night Fever classic. Take the Bee Gees, drag it to the audio timeline, and notice I dropped it on and it was actually about 3 seconds into the track. So we're going to have dead air from 0 to 3, and then the Bee Gees will start. So what I want to do is I'm going to have my light scene start at the beginning, and let's go with a green spin, Parkan's green spin, and I'm going to just lay that right on the timeline and I'm going to slide it to the beginning. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to Par's red strobe right when the song starts. So I laid it right there on the beginning, and I think the actual song music starts a little bit further over, so we're going to try that. So I'm going to hit play, and the song starts right about there. So I'm going to slide my par over, and now I can't line it up with the green dash too good, so all you have to do is right click, move to green marker, and then it will just line up with the green marker wherever it happens to be. So now we're going to go back and play. If you hit the red button, it'll go back to this little red marker. Okay, so it'll go back to the beginning. Okay, it looks like I was a little bit off there, so we'll go back to here. And you can take the green marker and drag it back to where you want to start from, and hit play again. Okay, so it looks like I got it just about right. Okay, so it's going to be par green spin and then par red strobe right when the music starts. So let's keep playing and see where we want to drop in our next track. And I want to drop the next track right there. So let's see what we have. Let's go to par white strobe. And I'm going to drop it right on that timeline. Okay, so now the reds will stop strobing and the whites will start strobing. Okay, let's continue to play. And right there where the music comes in, I want to go to moving heads. So I'm going to cross, moving heads cross, drop that right there on the timeline, and then we'll keep continue. And right there I want to change from moving heads to green. Okay, we'll drop that on the timeline. And then I'm going to put a stop marker. I want it to stop after that. I don't want it to do anything but just stop. For some reason that's why I want my music to stop at, so I'm going to drop a stop marker so you can see it. So I'm going to scroll in a little bit so you can see everything. So when the music starts, it's going to go from green spin. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the live window and load the scene on. Oh, actually first we have to save it. Let's go back to our timeline, hit File, Save As, and I'm going to call this Time 4. Okay, so what we're going to do is we open up the live page, go to a blank, or you can add it to any page you want, but I'm going to go to this page here. See, it's a blank page. Instead of adding light scene, now we're going to add timeline. So you click Add Timeline. The drop selection will pop up. I'm going to add time 4 to the timeline, or excuse me, to the page. And now this whole thing right here is that particular song. Now, just a quick note, the timeline has to be open in order for this to work. If you just go straight to the live page and you don't have your timeline open, you're not going to hear anything. Okay, so I found that out. Okay, so let's open up our 3D viewer so we can see our lights working. And I'm going just to hit the play button here. I'm just going to hit the button and let's see what our lights do. Remember, it's going to be green spin to red strobe to white strobe to moving heads. Okay, so let's see how it works. Let's go back to the live page and hit play. There you go, red strobe, and the next change will be the white. And you see it changes, and then when the music starts, it should be the moving heads. How cool is that? Alright, and then I had the stop button in there, so now it looks like it's going to loop and play it again because that's what I have my button doing. Okay, so I hit stop, and that's pretty much the timeline. Pretty easy. Pretty cool effect for that. You can have as multiple timelines, I believe. I think up to 10, I believe. I was reading the manual, and I think you have about 10. So we'll look again. Well, I'll just play this button here, and you can see what we have here. So I'm going to go back to the beginning. I don't know if we can see the timeline. Oh yeah, I can play it from the timeline. Okay, so I'm in the timeline. The live page is down lower. I'm going to hit the timeline, and you can watch how the transitions go here. See how it's green, and the music's coming. And now we're going red. And right at this line here, it's going to go to white. And the next line is going to go to moving heads cross. And then it's going to go to stop. Oh, actually there was a green something in there too. Forgot about that. Let me take a look real quick. Oh, it went to green and then it went to stop. So that's the timeline. You guys hope you learn a little bit about the timeline. My name's DJ Mikey Mike with Direct Sound. Don't forget, leave some feedback and comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll be doing some more videos. All right.